Hey guys, this is Jason with Western Mo Saddle Hunters. Uh, I just figured I'd do like a product reveal of what I use. There's several companies out there that make tree saddles and platforms and steps, but I use Tethered, the ESS saddle. It's a two-panel saddle. Uh, I've got two dump pouches on it. I've taken like plastic carabiners. I've got one to haul up my platform whenever I'm climbing. I've got one on each hip for hooking steps to whenever I'm using the steps. I've made some modifications to it. Uh, First off, I've added a secondary bridge to it for like if I'm SRT climbing or double rope stationary climbing and I want to rappel down. I use a figure 8 and I hook it to this, my secondary bridge, for redundancy in case something happens with my Prusik hitches, my friction hitches. If they give out, I've got this and my figure 8 or a Munter hitch for a backup. Uh, this being a two-panel saddle, this bottom panel on this is supposed to be able to spread way out so that it can go, you know, farther down your butt, and your back can come up higher on your back, make more of a seat. After hunting out of this for a season, I've realized that I don't spread the bottom panel any farther than overlapping the bottom strap of the top panel. So I've taken paracord and just looped around and tied those two straps together so that always stays in that position. It doesn't hinder the movement of the panels, so they can still slip side to side. Uh, I do want to tell you guys that anytime you alter or make modifications to a product, you're doing that at your own risk. So just be mindful of that. Climbing trees, whether it's in a fixed stand or a climber stand or out of a tree saddle, it is dangerous. Safety is number one. So if you alter something, you do so at your own risk because you're taking it outside of the manufacturer's recommendations. So that's my saddle. I have on my lineman's belt and my tree tether, I've replaced the Prusik hitches on them with the Ropemans so that they slide up and down the rope a lot easier. Um, I I like that advantage. It's quick, it's easy, it's smooth. I'm not having to fumble around the tree with a Prusik hitch or a friction hitch that may bind on me. Uh, I always put my tree tether in the bottom of the cis hauler or in my dump pouch, and then I leave my lineman's belt hooked to my lineman loop and just daisy chain them, stuff them in there, and they stow away like that. I have a gear hanger in this one, and I have my Garda hitch for climbing like SRT, or if I need it for a foot loop to assist with the DRT climb. The rope that I use to climb SRT and DRT is a Samson Predator rope. I got it from Westspur. I found out about this system from the guys on YouTube, the New York Saddle Hunters. I have set it up with a friction hitch for my DRT climb instead of using the Blake's hitch. I've used the Blake's hitch, nothing wrong with it, it's great. I just wanted a smoother moving hitch, so I put a friction hitch on my rope and a micro pulley so that it slides up and down easier. This is Tuffelberger 7mm hitch cord. I do recommend if you're going to use climbing stuff, don't get on Amazon and buy cheap stuff because it's cheap. spend the money and buy stuff from trusted, reputable dealers like Wesper or Tree Stuff or Bartleman, uh, so because this is your life that you're trusting to this stuff, so don't skimp out on the money on that. For my platform, I use the Predator XL. It's a great platform. I spray painted it. This paint was on there all season. I hunted out of it several hunts, several hours. When it locks down the tree, it locks down solid. It's lightweight. I added this little loop right here so that I can hook it to that plastic carabiner on the back of my saddle when I'm walking to the tree or from the tree. That way I have my saddle right there with me. For climbing sticks, I bought API 3-step sticks from Bass Pro. I added these rope aiders to them so that I get a 4-step out of it. Gets me up even higher. On my top 2 sticks, I put this paracord on here to hook to the 2 carabiners on the side of my saddle so I can carry them up as I'm climbing. It works great. These are only like $100, so they're pretty cheap. They're lightweight. So far, I really like them. I haven't had any problems with them. I use the Amsteel Daisy chains that I lock them to the trees with. I got these from Tethered. I do want to say, anytime you guys are trying a technique or looking up something new, look it up, research it well, and whenever you go and try to do it, try it at a low level. Don't just get a hold of something and start climbing way up a tree. Practice with it at ground level. When I got my saddle, I spent several hours setting it up like a foot off the ground, hanging out of it, getting in different positions, shooting from it so that I could get used to it. It is a different feeling than sitting in a seat. I think it's a lot more comfortable. It gives you a lot of advantage. You have like 360 degrees around the tree that you can shoot. It also gives you the advantage to set up between where the deer are coming from and the tree, so you can use the tree to block you. I had a small buck last year that came down a trail, and he was there for 30 minutes playing around out in front of me, and it wasn't until he got to the side of the tree and I was videoing him. I didn't care if I scared him. I just wanted to video him just to show people, if they ask, hey, did the deer see you standing there? It wasn't until he got to the side of me and he was like 5 yards from the tree that he even noticed that something was different, and then he kind of spooked, jumped, ran about 20 yards and just hung out there and then walked off. I think, as far as my opinion, I mean, everybody has their own opinion. I really like the tree saddle setup. I like the advantages it gives you. Me and my buddy hunt a lot of public ground. You don't have everything from like a climber stand or ladders or a hang-on stand banging off of trees, brush, whatever, trying to get to where you need to be to get to those deer, especially big bucks. They like some pretty hairy territory. So unless you go in like way early and set up a stand and leave it, it's hard to just drag a stand in and out. This gives you the advantage to run and gun. If you see the deer in a different location, you can slip out of your tree pretty quick, move to another location and set up. Using the rope system, you can pre-season scout the properties that you hunt, put presets in the trees. So all you got to do is go out early in the morning, hook the rope to the preset, like paracord hanging through the tree, pull it up through, hook onto it, and go up the tree with the rope. The rope system's great. It's quiet. Sometimes carrying the steps is bulky. We hunt some places that have a lot of grass, real tall grass. Sometimes it's hard to just hang on to those sticks. Some guys cut those sticks down like 2 steps. I like them full length. That way I can get up, especially if I'm in real brushy stuff. I have a better advantage to get higher, to get above the low brush and stuff, to get a better shot through that if the deer comes in and presents a good shot.